How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading with the price that's going up or down. Over on total for the daily, we did push forward. We did try to push toward the top of our golden pocket. We also tested our support. Stochastic does want to round. Our size rounding. Our momentum is pushing forward. VWAP is starting to round, so watch it very close. If that VWAP starts to get lower lows and lower highs, momentum could weaken and money flow could start to reverse. But right now, money flow is green. We do have a trend reversal, and that is positive to help push us forward. Over on our 4 hour, you can see that retest here on that 4 hour. We didn't quite hit that support level of the 602 here, but we do have a breakthrough over here. Our stochastic is starting to round away. RSI is pulling back. Momentum is rounding. VWAP is breaking down. I would watch that. If we continue to get lower lows and lower highs here, momentum will continue to weaken, money flow will weaken, and price action will start to reverse. I would watch as we did reject this golden pocket, and if we complete this rejection and cannot hold that 602, then we likely would see our altcoins sell off. Over on the 2 hour, we are below that Fibonacci area. Remember, we do cover the Fibonacci retracement zones on the Mastering the Trade series, so you should visit that series and make sure to check it out. Our momentum is starting to break down. Stochastic is breaking down. That VWAP is getting lower lows and lower highs. Money flow is pulling back. So if VWAP continues to weaken, momentum and money flow will continue to drop as well. Over on the 1 hour here, we are trying to get a little bit of a bounce. So I would watch for higher highs and higher lows from this point. If we can do that, we could break forward. However, if we fail to get higher highs and higher lows, we will get lower highs and lower lows, which could break us down. Our momentum will round away. Our VWAP is breaking down. I would watch. We have lower highs and lower lows here. Money flow is pulling back as a result. Stochastic and RSI are starting to sell off, so I would watch that VWAP close. Remember, if it favors bearish here and cannot get back above that neutral, momentum and money flow will continue to weaken, and if they hold bearish for several hours, we will see that weaken higher time frames. Over on Bitcoin futures, we don't have much action here. As it's still closed, we will have to wait till the end of tomorrow for that to happen. Over on Bitcoin, though, we are in a bit of a bull flag possibility on lower time frames. We kind of been zigzagging around. Our stochastic is starting to round away. RSI is going flat, so I would watch that stochastic. If it breaks, we will see RSI start to round away. Momentum is starting to round as that VWAP does want to taper off, so I would watch that VWAP. If it continues to push down, we could end up seeing momentum drop and money flow could reverse. It is green, but it's not very strong right now. Over on the 4 hour, you can see that zigzag here. We do have a long lower shadow, so this is positive. If followed by a strong green candle, we could see a push forward, somewhat like back here. Momentum is weakening. VWAP is starting to push down though, so I would watch. If that VWAP continues to push down, momentum will continue to weaken. Money flow could reverse and price action could still break down. Remember, just because we have a pattern doesn't mean we have to see it play out. Over on the 2 hour, momentum is rounding. VWAP is favoring bearish. Watch that close. If it continues, we will see a continued drop. Stochastic is pulling back. RSI is flat. But if that stochastic cannot regain above that 30, RSI will break down and price action will follow. Over on the 1 hour, we are struggling with EMAs. We are breaking above them currently. So if we can stay above these lower EMAs, we could continue forward, stay within our pattern, and we could try to see a break forward. If we get another touch to the top right around the 644 and we start to pull back, we will see the bears attempt to break us down, as that would be an invalidation of this bullish pattern. Our VWAP does want to push up, momentum does want to gain strength, money flow is bullish, so watch that VWAP. If it can break above that neutral over tomorrow, then we could see momentum make a bounce and money flow could remain bullish. That would give us the possibility to break forward and see our higher time frames remain more bullish. Over on graph for the daily, we do have an indecision candle, so I would watch here. Stochastic does look pretty flat. I would watch. It does mean we could continue forward, but we have been overbought for quite some time. Our VWAP is starting to pull back. Momentum is rounding. Money flow is bearish, so I would watch. If that VWAP stays bullish, we will see money flow reverse, but right now it does look like it is struggling. Over on the 4 hour, we are seeing a retest of our 300 EMA, that black line. That is positive. If we make a bounce here and continue forward, making higher highs and higher lows, we could continue to run up, make a bullish continuation, and continue forward. But if we see a break of that EMA level, we likely would retest that 16.3, and if we do not hold that level, I would watch for a cascading effect. Momentum does want to round. We have a double red dot. Stochastic and RSI are dropping. VWAP does want to pull back. I would watch that VWAP close. We do have a lower low. If we break for consistent lows and cannot get back above that neutral with strength, momentum will continue to break. Money flow will start to round, and we will start to push down. So watch that VWAP very close. It's a very important indicator. Over on the 2 hour, we do have bearish divergence on that momentum and our stochastic. We are seeing a break on that stochastic. VWAP is breaking down, RSI is pushing down, so I would exercise caution. Over on the 1 hour, we are struggling with some EMAs. Momentum is starting to push down. We have bearish divergence here as well, that red line where we have lower highs here, while price has higher highs. That VWAP is starting to favor bearish. I would watch. Money flow is starting to pull back, so I would exercise caution. If that VWAP continues to favor bearish, we will start to push down. Over on Ankr for the daily, we are trying to hold above our point control, but we have an indecision candle, so I would exercise caution. VWAP does want to round away. Momentum is starting to round. Money flow is pulling back. Stochastic does want to round. RSI is starting to pull back, so I would watch for a red candle. If we see a red candle, we could make a rounding top. Over on the 4 hour, we did retest our 300 EMA. I would watch. If we can continue forward and hold above our 2883, then we can push through that 3079. However, if we break that EMA, it's likely we will push to our 2673 still. RSI is starting to round. Momentum is rounding with the red dot as that VWAP is favoring bearish and money flow does want to pull back, so I would exercise caution. Over on the 2 hour here, momentum is starting to pull back. VWAP is pushing down. We have lower lows and lower highs, pushing momentum lower, which will in turn weaken money flow if that does not reverse soon. Stochastic and RSI are pulling back, so I would exercise caution. Over on the 1 hour, we do have EMA crosses to the downside, so our green cross under our blue is negative. That means we could see a cascading effect here if we do not reclaim those EMAs and see a bullish break. Our momentum is starting to push down as that VWAP favors bearish, and money flow is losing strength as a result, so watch that VWAP close. If it continues to favor bearish at this point, momentum will break down, and money flow will reverse, which could in turn weaken higher time frames. Over on XRP for the daily, we tried to get a break forward, but we did not get through. Our momentum does want to round. VWAP is pretty flat. Money flow is pulling back. Stochastic is pushing up. RSI is flat, so I would exercise caution. Over on the 4 hour, stochastic is starting to round away. We have orange above blue. Momentum is pushing down with a double red dot as that VWAP has lower highs and lower lows. I would watch as that VWAP does want to break neutral. If it stays under this neutral, momentum will break down, money flow will reverse, and we will continue lower. We do have a bit of a rounding top going on right now, so I would exercise caution. If we do not hold this 599 zone or 60-cent zone, then it's likely we would push down to our 57 cents. Our momentum is starting to round. We do have a double red dot as that VWAP breaks down with lower highs and lower lows, bringing money flow down, and if this continues, we will see higher time frames start to become more bearish as that money flow goes from green to red. Over on the 1 hour, momentum is pushing down, RSI is weakening, stochastic is dropping down, VWAP is getting lower lows and lower highs, favoring under that neutral, which will bring momentum lower and cause that money flow to cross bearish. Finally, if there are no special requests, we have ALGO for the daily. We do have another indecision candle. Momentum does want to round. We have a double red dot suggesting it does want to drop down. VWAP is pulling back. Money flow is rounding. We are bullish, but it's very weak, so I would watch. We do have that reversal, but that money flow needs to continue stronger on lower time frames. Sorry about that. Zoomed in on the wrong part. Over on the 4 hour, we are well above that EMA, that 300 EMA. We are seeing our lower EMA bands continue forward, so this does look positive. Momentum does want to round. VWAP is pulling back. We do have a double red dot on that momentum, so I would watch that VWAP. If it rejects this neutral, we will see momentum and money flow weaken, which will bring us lower. Over on the 2 hour, we did try to hold above this green EMA. We did break down. We are bouncing off of that blue EMA. Watch if we hold this EMA. If we do not, we will pull back to our yellow. And if we don't hold that, I would watch at 1350. Momentum is starting to round away. We have bearish divergence, stochastic is pushing down. VWAP does want to break down, and money flow is starting to taper off, so I would exercise caution and watch that VWAP. Over on the 1 hour, we do have a potential where this green EMA may cross below our blue. If we see that, we could see a lower high with lower lows that could start to push us down. Our momentum does want to push down. Our stochastic is dropping away. RSI is pulling back. VWAP is pushing down, so I would exercise caution. Remember, if that VWAP stays below this neutral, we will see momentum and money flow break down. And if that lasts for several hours, we will start seeing higher time frames start to get weaker, which will cause us to push toward other supports like that 1350 and that 300 EMA. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all